To you when 100% of the votes are counted. Not long to wait now, but let's try and go over some of the permutations about what we do know. Alana Mosseri is International Relations Professor at IE School of Politics, Economics and Global Affairs. Thank you very much for coming on the programme.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So it looks like it's close. We know that much. Looks like none of the two major parties are going to get enough seats to form a government on their own. They will both have to work with coalition partners. So let's go through that. Let's look first on the right. So say the People's Party, the Conservative, the centre-right party wins the most number of seats. They then work potentially with Vox. Talk us through why that is controversial.
Well, it's controversial because Vox is the far right, a very extremist party, a party that doesn't believe that there is still violence against women, that doesn't believe in climate change, that would like to take Spain out of the Paris Agreement. They don't like migrants. So all of that, right, is obviously what upsets a lot of people, particularly obviously people on the left, and even some of the people in the People's Party, which is a much more moderate party.
And particularly given Spain's history and General Franco, it's even more significant in people's minds.
Definitely. And so what I think is important to remember is this element has existed since Spain's transition. There were always some people who liked the Franco years, who supported, a lot of people obviously supported Franco. There are still people like that. But for many, many years, they were pretty silenced. They were basically part of this two-party system where we had the socialists on the left and the People's Party on the right. And so they were part of the People's Party and they were the extreme part, but they were mostly silenced by the party, by the overall party, and their voices weren't heard. But when they became a party in 2013, with the right springing up all over Europe, even here in the US, they become more emboldened, and they learned that there was definitely some reception to their message. In fact, that they're able to get some votes, and so the same happened on the left. And so now, they've become they could potentially be the kingmaker here, and joining with the PP. But that's what's really difficult about these results. Even together, they're probably not going to be. If nothing changes radically, which could, they're probably not going to have enough.
Exactly, there could not even be enough votes for both seats with both parties combined. Let's look at the centre left now. That Pedro Sanchez, I suppose, pulls off a bit of a surprise, gets the most seats.
Right.
What does that mean for him? Who does he work with?
Well, so Sumar is a new party. It's basically what was left of Podemos, which was the last junior coalition partner of the Socialist Party. And so it's sort of a combination of some leftist parties that have come together, run by Yolanda Díaz, who's a politician who's been a wildly popular politician in Spain. But we haven't seen that much traction in terms of the voting. They're doing well. They're neck and neck also with the Vox party. But either party will have to be part of a coalition. But there will have to be more. And that's what I think is really interesting right now. This election has been a story of who's partnering with a more radical right or left wing group. But in order to get there, they're going to have to partner with some of these regional parties. So one of the things is a really important thing to understand Spanish politics, right, are the regional parties, particularly in Catalonia and in the Basque Country. And these parties are mostly parties that are separatist parties that would like to leave Spain. And so I think that's what's particularly on the PP side, on the Popular Party side, it's what's really, really difficult is if they can't, along with Vox, get there, they're going to need to make some really difficult partnerships, perhaps with separatists in Catalonia. And that's really a no-go for them.
It's an absolutely fascinating election for all those reasons. Alana Mosseri, thank you very much for talking us through them so clearly. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Right.